Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Knights of Columbus Hall as EWF presents Holiday Fear 2007. Larry Pena here, and alongside with me is Lalo Gonzalez. We have the honor of commentating here for tonight because we have round 3, what could be the last round in the Inland Title Series.
That's very true. Brandon GATSON, if he pulls out a victory today against his opponent in JT BLACKSTAR, clinches the Inland Title Series and a shot at the EWF Heavyweight Championship. However, if he loses, Scorpio Sky, Ryan Taylor pick up the victory. They will go into a tiebreak match, and you know what? That could be a treat for everybody involved.
And another treat that we're going to have is our reigning cruiserweight champion, Maximo. He makes his first title defense since winning the championship. Here tonight, he's going to defend the title against a former champion in Marcus Riot.
Marcus Riot, a formidable foe, ended Ryan Taylor's record-setting championship streak. Can he do the same thing against Maximo in his first title defense? We're going to see later on the night, Larry Pena.
I mean, we have to live off of the aftermath of what happened at Thanksgiving Throwdown, and I understand BINO GAMBINO is going to make a special appearance, our reigning heavyweight champion. So fans, sit back, stick around. We got a great lineup here for you at EWF's Holiday Fear 2007.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Your referee in charge of the action, Introducing first, weighing in at 157 pounds, he is from Guadalajara, Mexico, ESPIRITU INFERNAL. And his opponent, weighing in at 385 pounds, he is from Boston, Massachusetts. He is KOBRICK's definition.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we kick things off here at Holiday Fear, here at the Knights of Columbus Hall, I have to introduce a special guest here at the broadcast position. We have Dan, the man KOBRICK, right here in the broadcast booth as we watch on as his definition of pain, TEREX, goes one-on-one with ESPIRITU INFERNAL.
Take a look, Mike. TEREX is absolutely going to destroy this individual. You understand me?
Who's Mike?
Who's Mike? You're Mike.
Who's Mike? I'm not Mike. I'm Larry.
You are Mike. Now, you know what? Now your name's Bob. All right?
Bob.
You like that better? Okay, Bob?
I'd rather go with Larry. That's my actual name.
Right now, I'm really, you know what, don't even get me started. I don't want to talk about what happened last month. I don't want to talk about anything but what's going on right here in the ring.
But right now, what's going on in the ring is a young 157-pounder is taking the fight right to the near 400-pounder.
This guy ain't taking nothing. TEREX eats meals heavier than this guy. You understand me?
Well, I would not be surprised. I definitely would not be surprised. But look at this, the fighting spirit of ESPIRITU INFERNAL. After just placing those knees into the back, follows it up with a variation of a drop kick, and that staggers the big man out onto the floor.
Still on his feet, Mike. There's no way this guy's coming off his feet.
Wait a minute, up and over.
That's what I'm talking about.
He tried to planche up and over him, and he just got sent back first into the steel rail, and again.
And that's why he's my definition of pain.
Well, there's no question about that. I've seen him catch a number of opponents. I mean, the war that he's had with BINO GAMBINO.
What did I tell you, Mike? Huh?
I wasn't talking about you.
You don't mention BINO GAMBINO. I don't want to hear his name for the rest of this, okay?
Okay.
You understand me?
Okay, I understand. I was just mentioning how TEREX had a war with you-know-who.
Yeah, I know who. He's had a war with a lot of guys, all right? He beats people up. That's what he does. That's why he's backing me, okay?
I understand. And now look at this. ESPIRITU being sent face first again into the ring post. I mean, a lot of people might say that this is a mismatch, but I understand that he held his own against TEREX and yourself at a special private event that was held in Huntington Beach not too long ago.
What are you talking about? Huh? Because I don't know. I don't know. Stick with the match, all right?
Oh,
we're not talking about history here. We're talking about what's going on in the ring.
And what's going on in the ring is right now.
What's going on in the ring is this piece of crap is getting the crap kicked out of him. You understand?
Look at this.
He's doing what he does, and that's pain.
Big scoop slam by, again, the near 400-pounder.
Look at him take his time. He's got it in the bag already. As soon as the bell rang, it was practically over. You understand?
ESPIRITU, he put up quite a fight in the early goings, and looking at what's going on right now, you wouldn't believe me if I told you that, but look at this, a jawbreaker Follows it up with another drop kick. Look at this. He's trying to stagger the big man. Another drop kick, but look at this. TEREX has not gone down to at least one knee this whole match, despite being, look at this missile drop kick, and that finally takes the big man off his feet. ESPIRITU now with a standing moonsault, but look at this, could not even go for the cover.
Pushes him right off, Mike.
And now look at this, a clothesline.
That's what I'm talking about.
That clothesline turning him inside out and upside down, but TEREX, he could take his time. He's slowing down this matchup to the pace that he would like. He is taking his time with him, that is for sure.
He's taking his time. He ain't in no hurry.
Well, I don't know if he gets paid by the hour here at the EWF. I know he gets paid by the win.
Please, this man would work for free if he could beat people up. See, this is a legal way of beating people up, and that's why he's here. You understand?
Oh, I understand.
He's been held down and pushed back for too long, and that's why we're together, because he's gonna make a name for himself, Mike. You understand me?
Well, he had a good...
The definition of pain has beaten, let's just say, former world champion 2 times in a row.
Look at his clothesline into the corner. The big 400-pound frame. And now look at this again, just mowing him down. Again, using that 400-pound frame, just mowing down the 157-pound ESPIRITU INFERNAL.
These people better watch what they say. You don't want this man getting out of the ring and hurting on each and every one of them, because he'll do it.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I definitely would not put it past him.
And I guarantee you there ain't nobody sitting in this audience that's got what it takes the last 2 seconds in the ring with TEREX.
And at this point, ESPIRITU INFERNAL, he may not last much longer if this keeps up. Big chop to the chest. Again, putting the pain to this young man. And I got to admit, I've seen ESPIRITU in a number of... He hasn't had as much experience as compared to TEREX, but every match that ESPIRITU is in, he learns more, and I think he just learned the hard way to not step in the ring with TEREX.
What do you call him? ESPIRITU?
ESPIRITU INFERNAL.
What the hell is that?
The fire spirit, I believe.
The fire spirit. Well, TEREX is about to knock the spirit right out of him, all right? By the time TEREX is done, this kid will never ever want to get back in the ring again.
Hey, wait a minute, he ducks the clothesline, kicks him in the midsection, drops him with a stunner. Again, staggers TEREX one more time. Oh no, wait a minute, TEREX catching him. Big power slam.
That's what I'm talking about.
A pressing power slam.
Don't even need a pin, Mike. Don't even need a pin, because it's over. The referee should call it right here, right now.
Oh no, wait a minute, there's still some life left in ESPIRITU, and now there's a cover. No hook of the leg, however. And ESPIRITU INFERNAL manages to kick out before the 3.
Like I said, it was over before it even started.
Oh no, wait a minute, maybe over here. The big splash missed. The running splash off the ropes missed, and now ESPIRITU trying to regain his bearings. He could have an opportunity to get his head back into the game. And you can hear the fans here at the Knights of Columbus Hall who they are behind here in this matchup. TEREX barely back up to his feet, still hurting from missing that splash. ESPIRITU, look at this, he has to stand using the corner to help him. TEREX slowly catching him in the corner now, sends him into the opposite end.
TEREX taking his time, just thinking of what he wants to do.
ESPIRITU ducks out of the way just in time before the splash in the corner.
What is this piece of garbage doing?
Well, he's taking too much time to climb up to the top rope. Hurricane Rana attempt, but TEREX catches him. Holy crap, that choke
That is what I'm talking about, Mike. You see?
That's
how we do it. That is the definition of pain.
Well, he should be going for the cover after
He's
that.
gonna go for the cover. Don't worry about it. Like I said, it was over before it started. There don't even need to be a cover. The ref, if he was smart,
oh God!
Finish it.
There's a splash he went for earlier, and he nails him with it. And TEREX picks up a victory here at the Knights of Columbus Hall.
I'm sorry, Mike. I'll see you later, all right?
Well, Dan KOBRICK has just left the broadcast position. TEREX is a winner in this matchup. I mean, granted, ESPIRITU INFERNAL, he had a lot of fire spirit left in him. But it was just not enough to get through the 400-pounder. Now, wait a minute. KOBRICK putting his hand on Mondo Vega.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is the third round matchup of the Inland Title Series. That's true! Introducing first, weighing in at 195 pounds, greatest headlock. It's the BHE, the best headlock ever. Get it right, monkey. He's the master of the BHE, the best headlock ever. And the king of rock and rolls, J.T. BLACKSTAR. He is from Mesa, Arizona, Brandon Nitro Gatsden!
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to kick off round 3 of the Inland Title Series as Brandon Nitro Gatsden goes one-on-one with JT BLACKSTAR, a man he definitely has some history with here in the past of the Empire Wrestling Federation. And Dan KOBRICK still sitting at ringside here at the broadcast position.
You know, Mike, my mood is starting to get a little better. I mean, it's nice to know that someone like JT BLACKSTAR realizes what I'm going through this company. It's nice to know that somebody else is going through what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? There is a conspiracy. There is, Mike. That's why I am no longer the champion, and that's why this man here has not beaten Brandon Nitro.
Well, in case the fans are at home and they're wondering what Dan KOBRICK is talking about, BLACKSTAR came out here again with his rule book, the official EWF rule book, and I haven't had a chance to take a look at that. And basically, JT BLACKSTAR was agreeing that there's a conspiracy against you as well as himself here in the EWF.
Well, anybody with logic, anybody with a brain, anybody who's not biased, like 90% of these moron fans, could see that. Come on, Mike, do I have to lay it out for you? BINO GAMBINO received rematch after rematch after rematch. Where's my rematch, huh? Huh?
Well, you do have a rematch clause.
Where's my rematch? I should have it tonight. Instead, I got the Human Tornado who hasn't even showed up to the building yet, Mike.
Well, as far as I know, BINO GAMBINO still suffering the effects of that Choose-Your-Own-Adventure match, that bloody end in that Choose-Your-Own-Adventure match. I don't even know if he's here. I haven't seen BINO GAMBINO here tonight. I'd imagine he's at home resting up after that brutal war. And right now, BLACKSTAR showing no respect whatsoever to Gatsden.
He basically, let's just put it like this, bitch slapped Brandon Gatsden.
Your words, not mine.
That's exactly
this
what
is a
he did,
family show.
And that's why I like the guy. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't ask for respect, he takes it.
Well, he needs to take a victory here in this matchup. Otherwise, here in this Inland Title Series, he is going to go 0 for 3. He has not picked up a victory, so virtually he is out of contention in the Inland Title Series. Whereas Brandon Gatsden, he is 2-0. He is undefeated thus far. And if he can pick up a victory over JT BLACKSTAR, then Gatsden will be 3-0, and he will seal the deal to face the heavyweight champion.
So basically the deal is that either way, if BLACKSTAR wins a match or loses, he doesn't advance in the Inland Title Series.
Yeah, there's no way he can
His
advance.
chances are done.
His chances are done.
And you're telling me that there's no conspiracy, huh?
Well, he suffered a loss to Ryan Taylor, and he suffered a loss to Scorpio Sky. And if I recall, those losses happened fair and square, back to my knowledge. And now, wait a minute, here comes the Mile High in the corner, and he just nailed JT BLACKSTAR.
Absolutely disgusting.
Throws him over for the cover and does not get him here.
Brandon Nitro disgusts me, BINO GAMBINO disgusts me, half the locker room, and like I said, pretty much all these fans absolutely disgust me.
He misses the clothesline. Look at this, Gatsden slides underneath him and takes him over with a nice hip toss, and that's going to send BLACKSTAR out at ringside.
Take your time, BLACKSTAR, take your time.
And now wait a minute, Gatsden trying to go right after him, but Justin Borden, the official, trying to push him back.
JT's asking for a timeout, and I believe that is in the rule books, right, Mike?
No, as far as I know, timeouts are not in the rule book.
That's as far as you know. What do you know about wrestling, huh? You ever strapped on a pair of boots and got in the ring, Mike?
No, I can say
you haven't. So don't tell me what's the rules and what's not.
I could tell you the rules if he would let me take a look at that copy that he has.
That copy is that is the official copy, the only one that there is. Okay? Besides, we don't need very many, being that half the people in this locker room doesn't follow the rules.
Now wait a minute, look at this springboard into the clothesline.
Nice. Nice.
Well, I don't think there was a conspiracy behind that move. And neither is there one behind this assault that he's giving to Gatsden right now. Series of knees right into the back as he plants that chin lock. Slowing down the pace here. Trying to tie up the high flyer GATSON. JT BLACKSTAR does not want to lose in this tournament. He does not want to have the 0-3 record.
Nice. See, what is this? The lights just come on, Mike? What is that? This is a conspiracy right here. They're trying to blind the man, you see? Did you see that?
I thought that was a...
Why didn't the lights come on earlier?
No, I think the circuit was burned out, and I think they had to change that.
I think you're trying to cover up what we have been saying all along. It's a freaking conspiracy to hold true talented people back, like me, TEREX, Samson, and this man here, JT BLACKSTAR.
Well, as far as I know, I don't think there's any conspiracy whatsoever. I just feel that guys like BLACKSTAR, as far as his past record here in EWF, he's just had a string of bad luck, that's all.
String of bad luck, right.
I mean, whether you hate the locker room or not, we have a very competitive locker room.
And you're going to tell me BINO just happened to have a string of bad luck when I beat him, what, 5 times in a row, Mike, huh? No, he didn't have bad luck. The bad luck was me.
Well, you definitely gave him a series of losses, but again, you had a little help from your friends, if I recall.
You're full of crap. I gave BINO GAMBINO a beating of his life. Take a look at the video from last month, Mike.
Well, I will take a look at the video from last month. Thanksgiving Throwdown, available at EmpireWrestlingFederation.com. The Choose Your Own Adventure match.
Choose your own adventure match. It's funny, I didn't choose that match. I'm the champ, but yet I didn't choose the match BINO GAMBINO did. Conspiracy. See what I'm saying?
You beat him?
JT BLACKSTAR knows what he's talking about. And that's why I extended my hand to the man. What the hell is going on here, Mike? You see the lights?
I think we're having an interesting situation here with the circuit breakers. Well, hopefully we have that figured out. And now back into the ring. We have round 3, the first match in the 3rd round of the Inland Title Series. GATSON can seal the deal here in this matchup if he can get a victory over JT BLACKSTAR. And BLACKSTAR wants to play the role of the spoiler here. And he may just do that after that senton onto the arm. Now, I will give this to JT BLACKSTAR. He's a very impressive competitor. I mean, the first time we saw him in the ring back at the Matt Sinister Benefit Show, he gave Ryan Taylor a run for his money, and there was a time where I thought he was going to walk away with the Cruiserweight Championship. And here tonight, he could, again, as I said, he could be the spoiler. But wait a minute. He just ripped off the top turnbuckle pad. I don't think Justin Borden saw.
He didn't rip it off. He obviously seen it's hanging there because you morons don't know how to put a ring together, so he's getting rid of it. Mike, what do you want him to trip over it or something and cost him another match?
Well, if he was such the upstanding citizen, why didn't he just tie it up in the corner instead of...
Why doesn't he just tie it up and put his attention somewhere else so Brandon Nitro here can roll him up and get a cheating pinfall again, huh? Now, you'd like that, wouldn't you, Mike?
Well, if he's being the upstanding citizen, I could see him tying up the corner post.
Why did the referee call, once again, a timeout? Huh?
There's no timeouts. There's no timeouts in wrestling.
Put the rope back together.
There's no timeouts in wrestling.
Yeah, of course. Only when BINO GAMBINO and Brendan GATSON ask for them.
Well, they don't ask for timeouts.
Oh, please.
Look at this dropkick again onto the arm of GATSON, going to the work on that arm. And now wait a minute, and BLACKSTAR is obviously gloating in the fact that he may have broken the arm, and I wouldn't put it past him.
I hope he did.
Well, definitely the pass that you've had with GATSON is...
Look at him.
Now look at this, he's trying to do a count.
Not counting.
Oh, he was too busy pushing back JT BLACKSTAR, preventing the official to do his job, and now he's doing his job.
I think he may have broke Brandon's arm.
Well, he's at 4, and GATSON is trying to get back up into the ring. He's at 6. I think he just may do it here. And BLACKSTAR now stopping him back out of the ring. And now look at this, again distracting the official so he can't do his job. And wait a minute, I'm not sure if our cameraman has seen this, but he's paying attention to the guy at ringside trying to put the top corner pad. I think he's one of the new guys that we've had putting up the ring here, one of our ring crew members, trying to get it back up there.
Where the hell was he?
And Justin Borden trying to push him off. Now wait a minute, BLACKSTAR again, loosen the top turnbuckle pad. I mean, come on. I'm pretty sure there's a conspiracy here in this matchup, and I don't think it's on BLACKSTAR. It's because of BLACKSTAR.
Oh, please. Are you kidding me?
Well, look at that. He was trying to take that turnbuckle pad off.
Right, Mike, right.
And GATSON had an offensive maneuver earlier, but look at this. He's in so much pain from that arm that he can't properly capitalize on it. And BLACKSTAR, recovering quickly, goes back to work on the GATSON.
You know, you're doing all the talking about the little thing falling off in the ring corner. Why don't you mention on how that there was baby oil all over the ropes, which caused BLACKSTAR to fall off of the ropes, which made him lose to Brandon Nitro, huh?
No,
That's
that was
how he
back
lost.
at October
That's how he
also.
lost.
Well, I don't think that situation was ever settled. I don't think we ever found.
Perfectly fine, though, huh? No reason to mention that, Mike, huh?
No, I don't
Let's
think we
just
ever
talk
found it. I don't think we ever found the baby oil.
Oh, please. Look at Gambino's body. The guy covers up in the baby oil like he's a freaking bodybuilder or something. Look at Brandon Nitro.
Brandon Nitro is trying to fight back, but GATSON is suffering the assault, but look at this, now he's fighting back on the BLACKSTAR. BLACKSTAR being sent to the ropes, went for the Thesz press, was missed.
Nice.
Here comes a roll up here, no. Holds on to the ropes. Look at this, Huracan run out of nowhere by BLACKSTAR. BLACKSTAR trying to play the high flying game. That's a game that GATSON excels at in his matches. Now has him in the corner. Big chop into the chest.
That's what I'm talking about.
And now wait a minute. Is he going to send him into the opposite end? GATSON trying to hold on. He does not want to be sent to that exposed turnbuckle pad in the corner.
Maybe he shouldn't have exposed it, Mike.
Maybe who shouldn't have
Maybe
exposed
Brandon
it?
shouldn't have exposed it.
Brandon didn't expose it.
Yeah, right.
It was BLACKSTAR who exposed it. And BLACKSTAR trying to go for the superplex, but GATSON fighting back. Knocks him off. Comes off the corner with a crossbody. Hooks the leg in. Gets a 2 count. And now look at this again. GATSON can't properly capitalize because of the assault on the arm. Still feeling the effects of it. Both men slow to get back to their feet, but BLACKSTAR is there to meet him. Went for the kick, was blocked. Enziguri, that was not blocked.
Count him, Enziguri, it's over, Mike.
Hooks the leg in again.
Get a
GATSON.
slower count than that.
I don't know about a slower count. GATSON barely kicked out at 2 on that one. BLACKSTAR now, wait a minute. What's he calling for here? Wait a minute. He's going to use that exposed turnbuckle pad, the same exposed turnbuckle pad he exposed earlier in this matchup.
Please. You know, he should be allowed to use it. The referee, you know, takes a sweet-ass time, doesn't bother to put the post back on. Why not? Huh? I blame it on the referee, Mike.
You're blaming it on the referee
He
now.
should have took a timeout to put the freaking pad back on the corner.
Look at this, GATSON trying to block it. And again, trying to go for it again, but GATSON blocks it.
Come on.
Hammers away on BLACKSTAR. BLACKSTAR staggered at rings in the middle of the ring.
Don't you do it.
Wait a minute, GATSON sends him head first.
Where the hell's the disqualification, Mike, huh? Where's the disqualification?
Oh, what did it
He
be?
used the corner.
You just said it was okay for
I
BLACKSTAR to
don't give
use
a
it.
damn, he used the corner, Mike. It's an exposed turnbuckle. You realize what kind of damage that can do? Huh?
Oh, wait a minute,
And
send him again.
Again!
So it's okay for BLACKSTAR to use it. It's
Did BLACKSTAR use it?
No, he didn't
Did
get a
BLACKSTAR
chance.
use it? No, he
BLACKSTAR
didn't.
tried to
You're damn
use
right. This is what I call a conspiracy, Mike. This is what BLACKSTAR was talking about.
BLACKSTAR tried to use it, GATSON just blocked it.
This is the kind of mess that cost me my heavyweight championship, Mike.
Side Russian leg sweep. Now wait a minute, GATSON.
Ridiculous.
He's calling it.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Wait a minute, TEREX is out at ringside. What's your man TEREX doing out here? TEREX has made his way to the ringside. Wait a minute, KOBRICK has just left the broadcast booth. Wait a minute, he's rubbing baby oil or something on the top rope. The same top corner. Wait a minute, KOBRICK, what were you doing?
What do you mean, what was I doing? I'm sitting here watching a match. What are you doing?
You weren't watching a match. I can smell. What is that? Baby oil?
What are you talking about?
I can smell it from here. You were trying to put baby. Look at this. I GATSON.
Holy crap, Brady Gatson just fell off the top rope.
Well,
I think he hit his head.
Wait a minute. Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
You see what that is, Mike?
I
What goes around comes around. I bet you there's probably some baby oil from BINO GAMBINO from last month.
There was a baby oil, all right, but you put it there.
What?
You put it there.
Who the hell do you think you
You
are?
put it there. What's that bottle that's sitting underneath your?
What are you talking about?
There's a bottle right underneath your
There's a
chair
shirt
there.
in my. This is a shirt in my hand.
Then why does
No bottle.
Why does it smell like baby oil?
Because you know damn well you're part of the conspiracy, Mike.
What conspiracy?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is the third round match of the Inland Title Series. Introducing first, weighing in at 185 pounds, he is from Long Beach, California, champ, Ryan Taylor. And his opponent, weighing in at 182 pounds, he is from the City of Angels, Scorpio Sky.
Now this matchup is our last match in the third round of the Inland Title Series. Both men with a victory apiece and a loss apiece. They are tied in the Inland Title Series. Both men suffering losses at the hands of Brandon Gatson. Both individuals picking up victories over JT Blackstar. So this is the tiebreaker, and Lalo Gonzalez back here at the broadcast position for this important matchup in the Inland Title Series.
How you doing there, Larry Pena?
Well, so far the night's been pretty hectic ever since KOBRICK's been up here.
To say the least, you know, I'm sitting over here and I'm trying to get my seat, trying to commentate these matches, and the guy's looking at me like I did something wrong, like I peed in his Cheerios or something this morning.
Well, obviously he's been upset over the fact, and he hasn't been wanting me to mention his loss against BINO GAMBINO in that Choose Your Own Adventure match that we had back at Thanksgiving Throwdown. He did not want to mention that, and the only reason why he didn't mention that is because he's a loose cannon. I was in fear for my own life, and I think he would agree with me if I did not mention it while he was out here.
I was afraid for you sitting here, Larry Pena. I'm sitting here watching. Every time you thought about mentioning it, he raised his hand to you. What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that?
He wants that matchup to be erased from the history, from the record books of the EWF. Just like when he suffered his loss against Maximo many moons ago.
Well, you know what? That match is never going to be erased in the memory of the fans who were here or any of the people that are going to see it on DVD. And it is now available on DVD actually at www.empirewrestlingfederation.com.
And truly that was one hell of a matchup, a bloody war against BINO GAMBINO. But more on that later, as the winner of this matchup is pretty much guaranteed to take a shot at Brandon Gatson.
You sound a little choking up by that, Larry. This is an exciting matchup, an exciting turn of events. I'd be a little choked up too if I didn't know any better. But JT Blackstar came in with an upset victory, going 1-2 in the tournament and ruining Brandon Gatson's chances of going away with the Inland Title Series championship right out. Now, Ryan Taylor and Scorpio Sky are in here, and the winner of this match, like you said, is going to get that tiebreaker match with Brandon Nitro Gatson.
And this should be a very interesting matchup, as we have two individuals in the ring right now who have yet to square it off in the squared circle, not only here in EWF, but all of Southern California, so this is definitely a first.
Now, both these men have complementing styles. Both of them are incredible mat technicians. Both of them are not afraid to fly off the top rope, and they both have a tremendous amount of power moves in their arsenal. It's going to be an interesting match to watch. As you see, Ryan Taylor countering Scorpio Sky with a nice head scissors.
And on top of that, you mentioned all those accolades to their physical abilities, but also they are known as champions. They're former champions. I mean, here in the EWF, Ryan Taylor, a former two-time Cruiserweight champion. Scorpio Sky, a former Revolution Pro Junior Heavyweight champion. Former AWS Light Heavyweight champion. Former APW LA Light Heavyweight champion. Former Tag Team champion. I mean, the list goes on for accomplishments with Scorpio Sky. And Ryan Taylor, he sees this as an opportunity not only to defeat Scorpio Sky and have a shot one more time against Brandon Gatson in the Inland Title Series, but also for a chance to put away an international superstar like Scorpio Sky. But Sky is so far turning the tables against Ryan Taylor and has that side headlock planted firmly in the center of that ring.
Well, you know, you mentioned all of Scorpio Sky's accolades and all the titles that he's won. Let's not forget that Ryan Taylor is the longest reigning champion in EWF history with, I believe it was 399 consecutive days as the EWF Cruiserweight champion. Ryan Taylor knows what he's doing in that ring.
Went for the cover there, couldn't get him. Right there, a knee into the midsection by Taylor, and another chop, this time to the chest. Sends him into those ropes. Ducks underneath him. Sky with a sunset flip. 1, 2. And we get a 2 count. Sky back to his feet, knocks him down with a back elbow.
Now, the action is hot and heavy in this match, Larry. Exactly what I thought it would be. Both these men are tremendous competitors, and both of these men want a shot at the Inland Title Series victory and the shot at the EWF Championship.
Well, this is an all-or-nothing situation. And Scorpio Sky just got sent up and over onto the floor, landing hard at ringside here at the Knights of Columbus Hall.
That could be a turning point in the match. Anytime you go up and over the side and hit that unpadded floor, it's a doozy of a pain. And I tell you that right now. I've taken that bump a few times myself, and it's not fun, Larry.
And now look at this, Taylor knocks him off the apron one more time. And now I think he's going to take the fight back to Scorpio Sky at ringside. And things aren't going to look too good right now for Sky if Ryan Taylor has his way with him.
Well, Ryan Taylor's showing that mean streak that he's been having in the EWF for I'd say about the last 5 or 6 months. Ramming Scorpio Sky's shoulder right into the steel post. That's going to take a lot out of a guy like Scorpio Sky.
Well, in the past, that mean streak has brought him to many great victories, many wins here in the EWF, but I think in recent memory, it's cost him a lot of matches as well. Having that, being a little too cocky, a little too arrogant. And I've seen that cost him in matches against Mikey Henderson, it cost him in matches against Maximo, and it cost him against Brandon Gatson as well here in the Inland Title Series.
Well, there's no doubt that Ryan Taylor is one of the most gifted and most natural athletes in the EWF, and he knows it, but unfortunately, like you said, he lets it get the best of him sometimes, and it does cost him in the ring.
It's one thing to be confident, but it's another thing to be a little too cocky.
I agree completely with you, Larry Pena. Right now, though, you see Ryan Taylor singing that rear naked choke in on Scorpio Sky along with the body scissors. That does nothing but wear a man down, and he's trying to keep Scorpio Sky off his feet where he's very, very inactive on that mat.
Well, Sky right now, look at this, trying to get onto his feet here. Manages to ram Ryan Taylor into the corner and break the hold. Sky now sees a chance here. Sets him up in the corner. Oh no, wait a minute. He's up on the middle rope. And he's going to take the fight right to Ryan Taylor, hammering away on the head of the former Cruiserweight champion. But Taylor throws him right off, goes for the clothesline, knocks him down.
Ryan Taylor countering out of that corner with a vicious clothesline. Scorpio Sky again taking him down. Now to cover 1, 2, and Scorpio Sky kicks out yet again.
Oh, no hook of the leg, trying to put some body weight, but look at this, a vicious kick right to the spine. That's a classic Ryan Taylor that we're used to seeing. There's that mean streak again, this time going for the choke, using the ropes for his advantage here. And Mondo Vega trying to lay down the law.
Well, Ryan Taylor's going to do everything and anything that he can possibly do to get the victory here and get his shot at Brandon Gatson in the finals of the Inland Title Series. He knows that Mondo Vega gives him a 5 count, and he's using that to the fullest of his ability.
Big European uppercut in the corner. That knocks Sky right down to the corner. But look at this, Taylor bringing him back up to his feet. Looks like he's going to send him into the opposite corner. Taylor going to charge right after him. Pair of knees right to the chest.
That had to have knocked the wind out of Scorpio Sky. You see him on the ground, writhing in pain. Both knees right into the chest cavity of Scorpio Sky.
Now there's a cover with the hook of the leg, and again, he could not keep him down.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Scorpio Sky has a couple of busted ribs because of that. Oh, and there's Taylor with that arrogant, snotty attitude that he has, stepping on Scorpio Sky's face right in front of the referee.
Well, definitely, this is something you do not want to try to do to Scorpio Sky. He's trying to anger and agitate Scorpio Sky, but Sky, I've seen him in many matches where this young man, he knows how to keep his cool. He knows how to keep a cool head going into this matchup. And he knows when to strike, when it's right, and he just found the right time here. Another chop. Big forearm shot. Sends him into the upper corner. No, it's reversed by Taylor. Taylor charging in. Went for a pair of knees, but no one was there to be found. Clothesline knocked down by Scorpio Sky.
Well, Scorpio Sky on the offensive now, doing whatever he can to get Ryan Taylor off his feet. Ryan Taylor, nice reversal, and a kick to the chest on Scorpio Sky.
Look at this nice belly-to-belly suplex. Coming off those ropes, almost overhead style. And Sky now goes for the cover. No hook of the leg. And gets a 2 count.
Well, that took a lot out of both men there, Larry Pena. Scorpio Sky, almost a desperation maneuver, just launching Ryan Taylor, like you said, just about over the top of his head with a beautiful suplex. Now trying to appeal to the crowd to get him some of that adrenaline flowing so he can just finish off Ryan Taylor right now.
Sky now said, no, it's reversed by Taylor with a forearm shot. But Sky trying to fight back, delivers one of his own. And a chop to the chest. Sky, I'm not sure if you want to do this for long against Ryan Taylor. He's a very accomplished striker here in the EWF. And he has been ever since his war with Joey Harder. And now look at this. Flying crossbody off the ropes by Scorpio Sky, hooks the leg. Gets a 2 count.
Well, both of them are trading shots right there in the middle of the ring, and I tell you what, both of those men are leaving every single bit of energy they have in their ring tonight. Both of them, neither one of them are trying to leave anything behind tonight.
Well, definitely they're going to give it their all because they want a shot against Brandon Gatson. Nice Saito suplex, folding him in half.
That might just be it, Larry Pena.
Trying to roll him over for the cover. No hook of the leg, however. And Sky manages to kick out again.
I don't know how he kicked out of that Sciatic suplex. That was literally right almost on top of his head that he dropped him.
Taylor now sends him into the ropes. No, it's reversed by Sky. Sky with a nice drop kick, beautiful drop kick, catching him flush across the face. And you can hear the fans here at the Knights of Columbus, all who they're behind in this matchup. They want to see Scorpio Sky and Brandon Gatson one more time in the finals of the Inland Title Series. Taylor with a reversal, spinning back kick. Sets up here, can we see? There it is, a harder drop. This has got to be it as he hooks the leg. And Sky kicks out again just before the 2. Just before the 3.
Now that was all interesting by Scorpio Sky, getting that kick out right then and there. I don't know how much he has left. All these high-impact maneuvers that Ryan Taylor's been delivering to Scorpio Sky have to be taking their toll on him. He can't even move right now. Looks like a dead fish in the middle of the ring. Ryan Taylor off the top rope.
Got out of the way of that senton. He missed the roundhouse kick. Picks him back up onto his shoulders. And drops him, nails him with a pair of knees to the face. This could be it. Scorpio Sky is gonna be. He is gonna be the man to face Brandon Gatson in the final round of the Inland Title Series. Scorpio Sky is gonna get one more chance at Brandon Gatson at our next event here, possibly here at the Knights of Columbus Hall. We gotta figure out the situation with that. But he was gonna be in the final round, the winner of Brandon Gatson and Scorpio Sky will decide who will get a shot at our EWF champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Empire Wrestling Federation Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger, weighing 185 pounds. He is from Long Beach, California, Marcus! Weighing in at 185 pounds, he is from Baja, California. He's the EWF Cruiserweight Champion, Maximo!
This is going to be Maximo's first title defense of the EWF Cruiserweight Championship since winning the title back at Anarchy at the KOC when he defeated Ryan Taylor to become a 2-time champion. The reigning Baja California light heavyweight champion is defending the title against a former EWF Cruiserweight champion in Marcus Wright. Marcus Wright, the first man, the man to end the longest title reign of Ryan Taylor. When Ryan Taylor was just one day away from holding the title for 400 days, Marcus Wright was that roadblock that stopped the momentum of Ryan Taylor. So he is more than capable of taking the belt away from Maximo. And Maximo, look at this, we're here at a standoff in the early goings of this contest.
Well, Larry Payne, you couldn't be any more correct. Marcus Wright took that championship from Ryan Taylor in a 2 out of 3 falls match here for the Cruiserweight Championship in Covina, California. Before that, they had an amazing match, which many people are calling a match of the year candidate for the EWF. Maximo himself took the championship away in a title-for-title match, putting his Baja California light heavyweight title on the line against Ryan Taylor and coming away victorious with 2 big pieces of gold around his waist.
But here tonight, it's going to be for the EWF Cruiserweight Championship. Only one belt is on the line. And Maximo wants to walk away with that belt. He does not want to be humiliated in his first title defense. Granted, since winning the belt, we've seen him before. I mean, he was back at the Lions Cup. He teamed up with ESPIRITU INFERNAL to take on the team of the French Stallion and awesome Lee Dawson. And I believe he picked up the victory in that matchup.
That he did. That was truly an international fair, which is just a testament to the talent that comes through the Empire Wrestling Federation and the School of Hard Knocks that Jesse Hernandez owns and runs. But Marcus Wright also himself coming off an impressive victory at the Lions Cup in El Monte, winning the Lions Cup Battle Royal in his hometown where he grew up.
Well, that is very true. Winning it at his alma mater in El Monte High School, but here he's going to have to use all that momentum and then some as he goes for the cover. Look at this, a reversal by Maximo. Gets a 2 count. Marcus Wright knocks him down with a variation of a drop kick there. And Maximo saving himself, perhaps stopping the momentum by laying in those ropes. laying in those ropes, and that had to force Marcus Riot from backing off.
Well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, when you watch a cruiserweight match between any cruiserweights, you're in for some high-flying, high-risk action at all times. Both these men going hold for hold, and now Maximo himself trying to put a submission hold on Marcus Riot, but a quick reversal. I'm telling you right now, Larry Pena, this is probably some of the most exciting wrestling you're going to see in all of Southern California.
Wait a minute, I thought Marcus Riot was going to go for the LA Riot. Instead, he just got set up and over onto the floor. He tried to wrap his legs around the head. He tried to go for Hurricane Rana. But Maximo blocks it. Now Maximo punch out onto the floor. Landing on his feet. Right now stopping the momentum of Marcus Riot.
That's about all that you really want to do right now on the outside. You want to pound away at your opponent, especially someone like Marcus Riot. I don't know how smart that is by Maximo by throwing him right back in the ring. Excuse me. You know, he really needs to knock out those legs and take Marcus Riot out like a tree. Cut that trunk.
Look at this, a Pele kick.
Sorry, Larry, but that's exactly what I was talking about right there. You got to take away the legs of Marcus Riot when he's going with his aerial attack.
Cannonball senton out onto the floor. That tope con heel right between the ropes. And they just took out a couple of rows of chairs.
I defy anybody else to go for any kind of action that you see right here in the Empire Wrestling Federation. Maximo and Marcus Riot are worth the price of admission alone by themselves in this Cruiserweight Championship match. All this acrobatic action, Larry, I'm telling you right now, this match is more brutal than my ex-wife's divorce lawyer in court.
I don't know about this match being more brutal than that. But then again, I wasn't in court to see her take you to the cleaners.
It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all, Larry Pena.
I'll take your word for it.
You know, you should have been at the child support hearing. that was like the Thanksgiving Throwdown match between Bino and Dan. A lot of bloodshed.
And now look at this. Marcus Riot catching Maximo in the midsection, setting him up here. Wayner has him hanging there in the middle ropes. And just delivering a series of kicks to the chest. And drops him down with a neck breaker. Maximo holding on.
I have no idea how Maximo's holding on right there.
Wait a minute, Marcus up on the top rope. The double stomp, holy crap. Double stomp right across the midsection. We could have a new champion if Marcus Riot would go for the cover. He took too much time to go for that cover. And Maximo kicks out at 2.
Marcus Riot had the match won. He probably collapsed both of Maximo's lungs with that move from the top rope. That top rope stomp right into the chest area. He could have won the Cruiserweight Championship right there. But again, he's a young kid. It took too much time. And I think he cost himself the match with that.
Went for the cover after that kick to the spine again. Maximo kicking out one more time. And now trying to apply the body scissors here. Trying to wear down Maximo.
That's a smart thing to do right there, Larry. He's wearing him down. He already went for the top rope stomp on the chest, and now he's just wrapping his legs around those already damaged ribs, trying to squeeze out every last little bit of oxygen that Maximo might have inside of him.
Maximo trying to fight back, trying to get back up to his feet, while Marcus Riot holds on to the chin lock. Maximo pretty close to getting back up to his feet, on the verge of breaking the hold here. Almost quite there, now he gets it. But wait a minute, Riot holds on, nice power slam out of nowhere. Hooks the leg, are we gonna have a new champion? And Marcus Riot became so close to becoming a 2-time champion.
I have no idea how Maximo kicked out of that right there. That was a beautiful power slam. Perfect technique by Marcus Riot, who gives Maximo a nice scoop slam.
And now wait a minute, plants him in that corner. Marcus Riot going, looks like, for the moonsault, off the middle ropes. Beautiful moonsault, will this be enough? No, not enough to put away Maximo.
Maximo truly resilient, the heart of a champion that man has. Again, he holds not only the EWF Cruiserweight Championship, but also the Baja California Light Heavyweight Championship, and he is showing that resilience right now. He is taking everything that Marcus Riot is dishing out right now. He has absorbed an enormous amount of punishment, and he continues to absorb it with that flying elbow into the corner by Marcus Riot.
Oh, wait a minute. He's turning up the band here. I think we're going to see the facelift drop kick. No, Maximo gets out of the way. Kicks the legs right underneath him, and nails him with a lung blower of his own. Look at this. Maximo now quickly going for the cover. No hook of the leg. And Marcus Riot still kicks out before the 3.
Marcus Riot using that lower body strength, using the leg to kick himself out of that takedown and that pitting predicament. If Maximo hooked the leg, I guarantee you he would have retained his title right then and there.
Maximo ducks underneath to throw him over with a back body drop. Comes off the ropes. Nice leg drop. Floats over for the cover. Again, no hook of the leg. And Riot kicks out at 2.
Another near miss for Maximo. Marcus Wright, excuse me, again showing the resiliency that he has. He wants this EWF Cruiserweight Championship back around his waist as much as Maximo wants to keep it around his.
Well, I remember that when Marcus Wright was given the opportunity to face Ryan Taylor in that 2 out of 3 falls match, he told me that if he could win the Cruiserweight Championship, that it would be one of the proudest championships that he would ever have held in his career. And he managed to achieve that. Unfortunately, he didn't have the title for as long as he wanted to. But he's getting a second chance here. He's given a clean slate. And he can make a name for himself in the Cruiserweight division if he can get past Maximo and take the belt away from him.
Well, the Cruiserweight Championship, Larry, a lot of people see that as a stepping stone. Our own legendary Joey Harder held the Cruiserweight Championship before he moved up in weight and gained the Heavyweight Championship.
Look at this, the Ace Crusher by Marcus Wright. And you are right, Lalo Gonzalez, about Joey Harder and another man before that, BINO Gambino. He held the Cruiserweight Championship, and look where he is now. He is the three-time heavyweight champion here.
I was waiting for that third one, Larry. You're exactly right. Not only is he an EWF heavyweight champion, but he's also a former American champion, a Cruiserweight champion, I believe a tag team champion as well. He's held every bit of gold here, and Marcus Wright is looking at that man and saying, that is where I want to be. He wants to be adored by these fans, and he wants to have a shelf full of gold for himself at his home.
Marcus Wright now with a forearm shot, but Maximo trying to fight back. I'm not sure if Maximo will be able to best Marcus Wright in a striking contest, but he's doing a pretty good job thus far. Comes charging off the ropes. Oh, but he got nailed again by Riot. Riot now setting him up here, going for the wind-up lariat. We've seen him knock people out before. Maximo catches him, and it looks like we have a Guerrero special here.
Marcus Wright is in pain. He's pleading with the referee, please stop this.
And oh, wait a minute, Marcus Wright tried to reverse it. He just got sent face first, and Maximo now with a camel clutch here. This is the submission hold. He could get a victory here if he can cinch in that camel clutch. Oh, wait a minute, he breaks the hold. Obviously, he feels that he doesn't have the lock quite the way he wanted.
No, that's exactly right, Larry. Most guys, if they don't have that cinched in properly, they know they're not going to get the submission, so they opt to break the hold.
Beautiful powerbomb sit-out style. Will this be enough? No, not enough. Marcus Wright still kicks out before the 3.
Both these men have absorbed incredible amounts of pain tonight, and I don't know how either one of them are going to be able to walk away from here. But you know what? I bet that gold around their waist is going to be a pretty good motivator to walk out of the Knights of Columbus Hall.
And now, wait a minute, Maximo trying to go for the... Look at this! Takes him down with a nice arm drag. Measures him here. Went for the clothesline. Now it's blocked. All right. Holy crap! A twisting fisherman buster. But look at this. He can't go for the cover. Now he's going for the cover. Regains his bearings. Hooks the leg. Are we going to have... No, we're not going to have a new champion.
You know, I swear I saw Marcus Wright favoring the shoulder there on that twisting fisherman buster. I think that took a little bit out of him, as about as much as it took a little bit out of Maximo. Maximo still has not been able to even come to his senses. They're still grabbing at his head, wondering where he's at. You're in Covina, Maximo.
Wait a minute, Marcus Wright. He's going up to the top rope. Oh, wait a minute, going for a frog splash, but missed. Maximo now winds up for the Magistral. This could be it. 1, 2. Marcus Wright barely kicks out at 3. Barely kicked out before the 3. That looked really close, Justin Borden.
That it did, but you know what? I've been in that referee's shoes before. I've called championship matches, and I can tell you what, there's a lot of pressure right there going into that. He is going to call it right down the middle. If he didn't see it, I got to go with Justin on that. There wasn't a 3.
Oh no, wait a minute, a scoop slam by Maximo. Now Maximo says he's going to go up top. But he looks to be taking too much time to getting up to the top. Marcus Wright now on his feet. He catches Maximo in the corner. Wait a minute. Marcus Wright has him hooked. Looks like in a backbreaker position. Oh my God! Kicks him right in the face. Now wait, picks him up over his shoulders. Here comes the LA Riot perhaps. And he drops him with the LA Riot. That's the move he used to become the Cruiserweight champion. And he did it again here tonight at the Knights of Columbus Hall. Marcus Wright with the move he used to defeat Ryan Taylor to become the Cruiserweight champion. He did it again, this time to Maximo. And Marcus Wright, for the second time in his career, is going to walk away from the Knights of Columbus Hall as the EWF Cruiserweight Champion.
Larry, that was one of the most impressive matches that I've seen by both Maximo or Marcus Riot. Both these men left every little bit that they had in the ring, and right now Marcus Riot is ascending to the top, showing off that gold, and proving to everybody here in the EWF that he's a force to be reckoned with, either at the Cruiserweight ranks or anywhere else. And there you see Maximo, the consummate professional and good sport, shaking Marcus Riot's hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Basin City, weighing in at 192 pounds, KOBRICK! And his opponent, weighing in at 315 pounds, and from Batesville, Arkansas,
But now this is going to be a very interesting matchup as we have Kid Carnage making his EWF return, going one-on-one against the Big Country Bear. And it's been such a long time since we've seen Kid Carnage in an EWF ring that I had to really look back into the archives of the Empire Wrestling Federation, and I had to find that Kid Carnage's last appearance here at the Knights of Columbus Hall was back at Knockdown Dragout, where he suffered a loss at the hands of Brandon Nitro GATSON. And I was about to say that event is available at EmpireWrestlingFederation.com.
I guess you get your 10 cents today, don't you, Larry?
Well, hey, that event truly lived up to its name. Series of knockouts, and it was truly a dragged-out matchup event as well.
That's true. That's also where Dan the Man KOBRICK won the EWF Heavyweight Championship at Knockdown Dragout. Of course, he lost it at Thanksgiving Throwdown, too, just a couple weeks ago against BINO GAMBINO. But still, that DVD is worth its price.
But right now, is this return worth the price for Kid Carnage as he's going up there against the Big Country Bear?
You know, I don't know that any price is worth going up against Country Bear. You're talking about 315 pounds, over 6 feet tall. But right now, he's looking about 4 feet 6 after getting his knee taken out by Kid Carnage.
Well, Kid Carnage, you gotta wonder if he's been watching, if he's been studying some of the recent DVDs of the EWF. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen him. Like I said, back at Knockdown Dragdown, he got knocked out by Brandon GATSON with a super kick. And now look at this, Kid Carnage being sent back first into the corner, and this is all Country Bear could do to get literally the monkey off his back.
That's very true, but you know what? That's smart ring presence by Country Bear, knowing exactly where he is at all times and using his environment to his advantage. You know, Larry, you mentioned Brandon GATSON getting the better of Kid Carnage. Brandon GATSON has been on a roll ever since Knockdown Dragout here in the EWF. Maybe Country Bear can use a victory tonight to kickstart his own run here in the EWF.
Well, he's been on a roll as well. I mean, back at Live at the Hudson, he and Bonsai picked up a victory over Awesome Lee Dawson and the French Stallion.
That's very true, Larry. You know, and another good victory over a good athletic specimen like Kid Carnage can do nothing but boost Country Bear in the EWF rankings. Maybe even get him a title shot in the near future sometime.
Well, as we were seeing, Kid Carnage trying to use his body weight to his momentum. He was trying to choke the life out of Country Bear and knocks him down with a nice drop kick off the ropes. Again, Country Bear was down to a size level that Kid Carnage could operate with. I mean, he was down to one knee.
Well, you know, where Kid Carnage lacks in the strength department, he has in the quickness and cunning department. You know, Country Bear has all the power in the world, but Kid Carnage will pick you apart and is strategic in doing so.
And that's going to be his key here in this matchup. I mean, this is going to be a similar situation Jeremy Yeager suffered when he took on Country Bear back at Bloodlust 3, and that was a very impressive matchup. Throughout the difference between Country Bear in this matchup against Jeremy Yeager, Yeager was constantly going after the knee and the leg of Country Bear, but Country Bear, he just needed one chance to catch Jeremy Yeager, and that's what got him the victory.
Well, that's what you have to do when you're a smaller guy going up against these huge giants here in EWF and also in professional wrestling altogether. You have to chop away at those legs. It's just like chopping a tree. You're not going to cut a redwood down by going all the way to the top. No, you're going to cut it at the base and wear it down, knock it down, and that's exactly how you pick up a victory.
Now, wait a minute, off the top, and Country Bear catches him. Wait a minute, brings him back up, and drops him face first across the ring apron here. And Mondo Vega, look at us, a clothesline out on the floor.
Well, I don't know how much Country got in that, but you know, with that big, huge arm that he's got against Kid Carnage, any bit of it that he gets is going to be damaging.
Rolling Kid Carnage back up into the ring. Welcome back to the EWF. Kid Karnage hooks the leg. Gets a 2 count only.
Oh, I'm sure Kid Karnage didn't wake up this morning and say, you know, I'm going to have my Denver omelet, I'm going to read the sports page, drink my OJ, and I'm going to come back and get my butt kicked by Country Bear. But that's exactly what's going on right now. He had a little bit of offense going on a little earlier, but now Country Bear is just walloping him with those huge mallets that he has for hands.
Enziguri kick to the back of the head. And Kid Karnage had to really reach up there to the bit over 6 feet tall Country Bear on that Enziguri kick.
Well, that Enziguri took Country Bear right off of his feet and took a whole lot out of him. But Kid Karnage also has an extreme amount of energy taken away from him after being walloped and beaten by Country Bear. Now both men down as Mondo Vega makes a 10 count.
And both these men are struggling to get back up before the 10 count. Country Bear still dazed and confused, but it looks like he's going to be the first to his feet. And it's very important to get back to your feet first. If you can get back onto your feet first, you can be the first to capitalize on your fallen opponent. And Country Bear using those big, those huge, those right hands right on the noggin, and he knocks down Kid Karnage one more time.
Kid Karnage has got to be seeing stars right now, dazed and confused, not knowing exactly where he's at the beck and call of Country Bear, who whips him into the corner. Huge splash on Kid Karnage in the corner.
A 315-pound splash in the corner. Country Bear now sends him to the opposite end. We were going to go for another one, it looked like. And Kid Karnage managed to kick away. Went for the kick to the side of the head, that was missed. And now Country Bear looks like he's going to go for the shotgun. No, he's got the bear hug hooked here. And slams him down. Hooks the leg, will this be it? Yes, that is going to be it. Country Bear making short work of Kid Karnage. Well, I was just about to say, although the Country Bear made short work of Kid Karnage after that shotgun.
That he did. I guess in Arkansas, you know how to handle a firearm. Well, you know what? Country Bear came here with his guns loaded and took out Kid Karnage. Welcome back to the EWF, Kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Riverside, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, TJ Perkins!
And his opponent, the gay Macho Man!
And his opponent,
Takes one to know one, pal.
and his opponent,
That means the gay.
his opponent, weighing in at 215 pounds, he is from Los Angeles, California,
Now this is going to be a very interesting matchup as we have Joey Ryan, one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions, going one-on-one against TJ Perkins, an international superstar in his own right.
He's the gay Macho Man!
And this is going to be interesting as we have Joey Ryan in a rare singles appearance. Normally we see him in tag team action. In fact, the last time we saw Joey Ryan in an EWF ring was back at the Lions Cup when he defended the NWA World Tag Team Championship along with his partner Carl, the Machine Gun Anderson, as they held their own against then challengers, the Young Bucks.
That's very true, Larry Pena. You know, that match was a treat for everybody in the audience. Not many times do you get an NWA World title defense in your hometown, but you got two of the best athletes in the world. Love them or hate them, Joey Ryan and Carl Machine Gun Anderson are the NWA World Tag Team title holders and two of the very best in the world.
And well, they have the belts to prove it. But meanwhile, one of the best in the world does not have the belt to prove it in one TJ Perkins.
You know, that's a shame, Larry Pena. TJ Perkins is by far and away one of the greatest superstars in the world today. He's wrestled all over this world, and you know, everywhere he goes, he develops a fan following. You can hear the crowd right now chanting, TJ, TJ. He is one of the greatest technicians that I've ever had the opportunity to witness in the squared circle, Larry.
And we've seen him in a lot of great matches here in the Empire Wrestling Federation. Most recently, he's been a strong contender for the American Championship, going after the then champion Mikey Nichols, and then again after Hook Bomberry, the current champion.
You know, it's only a matter of time before TJ gets some EWF gold around his waist. He is one of the top performers in the world. Again, I can't get enough of saying that. TJ is so talented. It's a shame that he doesn't have a title around his waist, but gold does not make the man.
That is very true. Roddy Piper would definitely tell you that.
One of the greatest superstars ever. Only held, I believe, one championship in his entire time in WWE, the Intercontinental Championship.
And now look at this, TJ Perkins trying to find the escape out of the head scissors. Great balance chairs, but so far he's still locked in his hold. Firmly in, wait a minute, maybe not for long. Rolls over, has him hooked in a single leg crab here. Look at this.
Just a beautiful reversal by TJ Perkins. Like I said, a great technician, a great mat wrestler. Can tie you in 1,000,001 holds. You know, they say that, oh goodness, his name escapes me. Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000 holds. Well, I get to tell you right now, TJ Perkins knows 1,001.
Well, definitely Dean Malenko, one of the greats as well, but TJ Perkins definitely following in those footsteps. But what's helped TJ Perkins is the fact that not only was he a trainee here at the School of Hard Knocks, but he learned all he can learn at the School of Hard Knocks. He wanted to expand his repertoire, so he tried going to training in different lucha schools, lucha feds. He tried training in New Japan Wrestling Dojo. He went even to Europe to train as well. I mean, this young man was doing everything he could to just grasp all of the knowledge that he can obtain in pro wrestling, because this is his life.
You know, that is why he's one of the most well-rounded athletes and wrestlers in the world. He incorporates lucha, Paraiso from Japan. He incorporates the European style. He incorporates the American style. TJ Perkins, in my opinion, is the complete and total package in professional wrestling today.
But now look at this, Joey Ryan. He's trying to pick a fight with a fan here at ringside.
Well, I'm sure if you ask Joey, the kid started it, but I don't know exactly what happened.
Well, yeah, nine times out of 10, he'll tell you that the fan started it.
Well, we are
whether he did or not.
That's very true. Well, this is Covina, and you know, this can be a rough neighborhood sometimes, so you never know. But I'm more inclined to agree that Joey did start that fight.
Now Joey trying to out-mat wrestle TJ Perkins as he had the side headlock here, but TJ looks like he's going to find an escape, and he does. But look at this big shoulder block knockdown by Joey Ryan. And Joey Ryan seems to be taking a little too much time with TJ Perkins. You do not want to do that against a well-rounded athlete like TJ Perkins. Look at this, drop kicks him right across the face and takes him down with a side headlock of his own.
You know, it's the little things that count here, and TJ Perkins is showing that right now. Beautiful hip toss, got that leg underneath Joey Ryan's to give him that added altitude to make it more of a high impact, and follows him over with that headlock takedown. You know, I can't see that any way that Joey Ryan can walk away with victory here. You know, call me crazy, but you know what? He may have a tag team title belt, but there's no Carl Machine Gun Anderson in his corner. He's one-on-one all alone with TJ Perkins today.
Well, that is right. Joey Ryan is all alone here tonight, but that doesn't mean he can't get the job done on his own. Slides underneath Joey Ryan. TJ misses the clothesline. Went for a backdrop suplex, but lands on his feet. Slides underneath Ryan. Ryan missing the rights and lefts. And look at this. Joey Ryan's winded here. And again, he can't land a shot in. TJ Perkins, obviously the quicker out of the two. And Joey Ryan can't even stand. He's winded already.
That's a testament to the conditioning that TJ Perkins has and does. I've seen him training at the School of Hard Knocks with all the other NWA greats in the world today, and you know what? He has those guys huffing and puffing every single training session. I don't think I've ever seen TJ Perkins break a sweat before. But you know what? I hate to take anything away from Joey Ryan. He is a World Tag Team Champion.
Well, definitely TJ Perkins wants to take everything away from Joey Ryan, including a victory here. He wants to become a contender again for that American Championship. And a victory over Joey Ryan could definitely do that here. But not going to get it right now. A 2 count by Joey Ryan.
Well, right now everything is working TJ Perkins' way, and if things keep going this way, there is no reason why he can't have a shot at not only the American Championship, but also the EWF Heavyweight Championship.
Now look at this, sends him in, but it's reversed by Ryan. Ryan missing a clothesline, and TJ catching himself on the ropes. Oh, we've seen this before. Ducks underneath, Joey Ryan sends himself out at ringside, but he lands on his feet. Comes back into the ring, and he got caught. Budokan Rana coming back into the ring by TJ Perkins. Goes for the cover, no hook of the leg. Gets a 2 count only.
You know, we talk about fundamentals, and there I think was a lapse of judgment by TJ Perkins. If he'd have hooked the leg there, he probably would have had the victory there. You know, we talk about this all the time, Larry, those little things that everybody does. TJ does everything just about perfect, but there you see just a minor slip up, and it might have cost him victory here.
And TJ Perkins trying to make up for it in the corner. But look at this. Got sent into the opposite corner by Ryan. Ryan got caught with a pair of feet to the face. And TJ got caught with a tilt-a-whirl slam. Coming out of the corner, and Ryan taking full advantage of this situation here.
Now, that was a beautiful reversal by Joey Ryan, and now he has TJ Perkins right where he wants him, dropping the knee on the head of TJ Perkins right in the temple area. You know, Joey Ryan has time now to collect his senses while TJ Perkins is reeling from that tilt-a-whirl slam and that knee to the head.
And now look at this, choking the life out of him right in those ropes. Come on, Justin Board, make him break.
Well, you know, Joey Ryan knows all the rules and every single way to bend them. You know, he knows that they're about as flexible as some of the paychecks that I send to my ex-wife. And he knows exactly how far he can get away with everything.
Those checks are flexible, huh?
Sometimes they're known to bounce a little high, yeah.
And look at this, TJ trying to come out of the corner. Spinning back kick to the chest on a Joey Ryan, but TJ still favoring his lower back. And right now, Joey Ryan, series of shoulders thrust right into the rib cage.
Joey Ryan is about as solid as a brick outhouse, and he is just running every bit of that 215-pound frame into the ribs and stomach of TJ Perkins in that corner, trying to wear him down. That's about all you can ask for right now, is to wear him down, slow down the game, and that's going to definitely do a huge whip into the corner, and TJ Perkins is down on the ground.
But Joey Ryan needs to be capitalizing on a falling TJ Perkins, and now look at this. He's just trying to get under the skin of the fans. You can't do that when you're wrestling TJ Perkins. You need to stay on top of him. When you have an opening on TJ Perkins, you go after it, and you keep going after it until you can put him away. And now the fans are getting underneath the skin of Joey Ryan.
Now, Joey Ryan can't take the opportunity to hassle these fans. He needs to stick with TJ Perkins. Look at the athleticism of TJ Perkins, bouncing himself on the top rope.
And he just got caught in the corner. Joey Ryan got taken down with a side head scissors. But look at this, rolls through and lands onto the apron. Perkins looks like he's going to try to meet him, but he got caught. He got sent throat first across the top rope.
Well, now TJ Perkins is down, it looks like, for quite a long time. And Joey Ryan is still out there hassling a young fan. You know, Joey's told me a few times that these young girls just can't get enough of him, so I don't know whether or not that little girl was asking for his phone number or what, but, you know, I would get tired of that myself, too.
I'm not going to go there. There's no comment on that. Meanwhile, Joey Ryan, again, has a fallen TJ Perkins, and is not capitalizing to the ability that he can.
Well, he's using every bit of that 10 count on the outside of the ring right now, Larry. Look at Joey Ryan with a scoop slam. TJ Perkins down on that unpadded floor.
And again, he's taking time away from TJ Perkins. Goading another fan. Look at this, trying to get under the skin of the fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, that little kid has guts. He just got in the face of Joey Ryan. I don't even want to get in the face of the Joey Ryan, but that little kid, man, wow. He's a little brave guy. We should sign him to the EWF in the School of Hard Knocks.
Well, we'll have to wait until he reaches at least puberty, or until he can sign a release waiver.
There's a mother, she can sign it.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, back in the ring, we have Joey Ryan trying to fight TJ Perkins in the corner. Sends him into the opposite end. Look at it, sending him hard.
Joey Ryan still working on the back of TJ Perkins after that huge whip earlier in the match, and those shoulder thrusts into the back, again, working that back. He's just trying to wear down TJ Perkins, slowing the pace of this match to a crawl. That is exactly what Joey Ryan is doing to take advantage of the power that he has to counter that speed and agility of TJ Perkins.
Now look at this, again, he's taking time away from him and arguing with fans at ringside. Look at this, inviting a fan to get into the ring. Meanwhile, TJ Perkins is getting back up to his feet. I got a feeling that this is going to cost him in this matchup. Snap mirrors him out of the corner and goes right to the chin lock. Again, trying to slow down the momentum of TJ Perkins.
Well, Joey Ryan knows exactly what he's doing. He's got that knee driven right into the shoulder blades, right between the shoulder blades of TJ Perkins, and is wrenching back on that chin, doing everything he can to wear him down. And you see TJ Perkins is trying to break it, but he's just expending a huge amount of energy in doing so. He needs to get out of this, and he needs to get out of it fast.
Oh yeah, he has the hold broken, but not for long. That knee right into the back again. And again, Joey Ryan, again, taking too much time away from TJ Perkins.
Oh, you know, I don't know how smart this is, bringing TJ Perkins up to his feet. He had him right where he wanted him, on the ground, to neutralize that speed and agility of TJ Perkins. But there he is again, wearing him down with a bear hug, wrenching on that back, cranking into the lower area of the back.
The same part of the back that's been worked over this whole match. TJ Perkins trying to get a break here. Trying to break the hold. He manages to get the release of the bear hug. Went for the super kick, but that was blocked. TJ throws the foot, comes charging off the ropes. Nails him with a flying back elbow. Kip backs up just to knock down Joey Ryan. And another one. Knocks him down for a third time with the right hand.
Well, TJ's on a roll now, feeling that adrenaline, and he whips Joey Ryan into the corner.
And sends him up and over with the backdrop out of the corner. TJ Perkins now in control of Joey Ryan, but Joey Ryan cuts him off with a knee into the midsection. Comes off the ropes, sunset flip, takes him over, no, roll through by Perkins. Perkins now, wait a minute, rolls him back up so he can knock him down. Nice neck breaker. Beautiful neck breaker by TJ Perkins. No hook of the leg, however, gets a 2 count.
Justin Borden just barely missing that 3 count. Joey Ryan kicking out. Now look, he's waving off the fans, favoring his neck. TJ just about broke it with that neck breaker all the way in half.
And now look at this, Joey Ryan. It looks like he's going to leave the Knights of Columbus Hall. He's going through the curtain. He doesn't want any more of TJ Perkins.
I wouldn't want any more of him either, but you know what? That is the move of a coward, and TJ is not going to stand for that. Following Joey Ryan in the backstage area. I don't know if we can get a camera back there to see what's going on, but there's TJ Perkins throwing Joey Ryan right back through the curtain.
Look at this, a kick right to the chest by TJ. And another one. That one looked to have caught him in the jaw. From my vantage point, it looked like it caught him flush across the jaw.
I agree with you, Larry. He might need some dental work after this match is done.
Went for the slingshot, but he got caught with a spear. Joey Ryan now in control. Going for it, looks like a powerbomb here. Folds him up, there's a cover, this will be it. No, TJ barely kicks out.
I don't know how he did that. That spear combined with that powerbomb is a lethal combination by Joey Ryan. That huge strength that he has just buried TJ Perkins right in the center of the ring. And TJ Perkins looks like he just might be on Dream Street right now.
Joey Ryan picking up TJ Perkins one more time. Sets him up in the corner. Wait a minute. He's planting him up on the top rope. I think he's going to go for what he calls a mustache ride, perhaps.
Well, maybe we should cover our eyes. I don't know how much we want to see this mustache ride.
Well, he's going up to the top rope. But TJ Perkins trying to fight him off. Look at this, there's a headbutt. And that throws off Joey Ryan. And TJ now up on the top rope. Look at this beautiful splash off the top. 1, 2. And Joey Ryan kicks out before 3.
Well, TJ Perkins with that beautiful frog splash looked like right off the top rope. Got all of Joey Ryan, but Joey Ryan, the resiliency of the champion that he is, kicking out. Now TJ Perkins looks like he has a problem seeing because he's just flailing wildly with right arms at Joey Ryan.
Ryan out picking him up. Reversal by Perkins. Perkins tries to roll him up, but Ryan holds on and kicks him right across the face. And again, this time with a super kick. And another super kick to the side of the head. Will 3 kicks be in for a 3 count? No!
3 kicks to the side of the head by TJ Perkins, and he still manages to kick out. I can't believe that. Those super kicks had an incredible amount of force behind them, and he kicked them not only while he's standing up, but also while he's sitting down. I cannot believe that TJ Perkins is even conscious at this point, Larry.
Well, I think Joey Ryan can't believe it as well, and I think he's getting frustrated. You cannot go in with a frustrated head in a matchup, especially when you're facing TJ Perkins.
TJ Perkins will exploit any area that he can. If you're looking frustrated, he's going to wait for you to make the mistake and pounce on you like a puma.
And now, wait a minute. Joey Ryan going back up to the top rope. He tried to go for this earlier and it didn't quite work. Looks like it's not going to work for him again. Sunset flip off the top. No, roll through. Joey Ryan, he just throws him back onto his feet. Wait a minute. The schoolboy by TJ hooks him, gets a 2 count.
Oh, that was so close,
The
Larry.
roundhouse kick. What a roundhouse kick to the side of the head. Perkins coming in. He ducked out of the way. The schoolboy. Wait a minute. He's got the ropes. Oh, come on, referee. You're telling me that Joey Ryan's going to walk away after a great technical matchup that we just saw. He's going to walk away getting a victory while holding on to the ropes from the schoolboy cover.
Well, you know, Joey Ryan will use any means necessary, Larry, to get a victory. We've just seen that here. He's used tactics like that to hold on to those NWA World Tag Team Championships, and it looks like TJ Perkins is a victim again. You know, TJ Perkins just can't get a break here, but you know what? He is going to crash through that glass ceiling, and he's going to win a championship belt here in EWF. I guarantee it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is scheduled for one fall, and it's a six-man tag team match. Introducing first, the team of JT BLACKSTAR, KOBRICK Definition of Pain, TEREX, and Dan, the Man KOBRICK.
Everybody, give these girls a proper response.
And their opponents, the team of Scorpio Sky, RIOT GATSON, and the EWF Heavyweight Champion, BINO.
Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be an interesting impromptu main event. This main event was brought upon us by Jesse Hernandez earlier on midway through the show. Gambino came out to make a special appearance. He was not booked for tonight. I mean, I didn't see his name on the lineup. I didn't even think he was here. I didn't see him when I got here to the building earlier. But he came out here. He wanted to say thank you to the fans, even though he was not booked for tonight, even though he didn't have a match tonight. But yet, Dan the Man KOBRICK came out and tried to, well, basically get a rematch for his heavyweight championship.
That he did, Larry. You know, he's claiming he's a conspiracy victim too, along with JT BLACKSTAR. They found a common thread and now a newly formed alliance, it looks like, between Team KOBRICK and JT BLACKSTAR. Well, BINO and Gambino was not to be outdone. He goes and finds Brandon Nitro Gatson and Scorpio Sky to be his tag team partners tonight. Jesse Hernandez making this match earlier, saying that BINO could have any two men of his choice. Well, you know what? He could not have picked a better choice here in the EWF, or in all of Southern California for that matter.
Well, this is a very interesting combination. BINO Gambino, to the best part of my knowledge, has not teamed up with Brandon Gatson or Scorpio Sky before. But the same can be said for KOBRICK, never teaming up with JT BLACKSTAR. But we know the relationship, we know the alliance KOBRICK has with TEREX. I gotta believe that even though BINO Gambino picked two great singles competitors in Scorpio Sky and Brandon Gatson, that it may not be enough to take on a team that is cohesive like TEREX and KOBRICK and BLACKSTAR.
Exactly. Let's not forget either, Larry, that not even 2 weeks ago, BINO Gambino was busted wide open in the bloodiest match in the history of the EWF at Thanksgiving Throwdown 2 by Dan the Man KOBRICK. That match is on sale right now at www.empirewrestlingfederation.com, by the way. But just 2 weeks ago, he was busted open and bloody in the middle of that very ring here in this building. Could he possibly be 100% already, Larry?
Well, he definitely looks like it right now. I'm amazed at this point. Now look at this. Has JT BLACKSTAR with the armbar after taking him down with the arm drag. And this is a man that JT BLACKSTAR, I believe, got his first victory in the EWF against BINO Gambino. But then again, there's some other miscommunication there as well with another individual to be named later. But right now, Gatson with a crossbody on a Dan the Man. And the history between these two is definitely familiar. We've seen these guys wrestle each other time and time before, back when Dan the Man was the man, back when he was the heavyweight champion.
That's true, Larry Payne. You know, now Scorpio Sky gets a tag in with Brandon Nitro Gatson. Looked like they were going for a double hip toss. And they go up and over with it.
They muscle him over on that one. Dropped a pair of elbows. Look at this, they're gonna drop a pair of elbows again.
You know, for never teaming together, these two are an amazing cohesive unit. Tie that in with the natural ability and talent of BINO Gambino. I don't know that these three could be stopped in a match against 2-3, but there goes Dan the Man KOBRICK with a thumb to the eye, slowing down the momentum that they picked up.
And BLACKSTAR got taken down with a drop toe hold.
I guess that slow momentum was only temporary, because Scorpio Sky got over there real quick with that drop toe hold.
Look at this drop kick by BINO Gambino as Sky dropped down.
He got him right in the face with that heel kick, Larry. It was an amazing move. Now a European uppercut by BINO Gambino.
Sends him into the ropes. No, it's reversed by BLACKSTAR. But TEREX with a knee into the back. And BLACKSTAR now has him hooked here. Wait a minute. Drops him down across his back again.
We know Mondo Vega didn't see the interference by TEREX, and he's been getting the ire of these fans for not seeing anything. He also got 2 BINO mites by BINO Gambino for not seeing what BINO thought he should have saw, and that was his crowning as EWF champion 2 shows ago.
Oh no, wait a minute, TEREX measuring here and drops a 400-pound elbow right across the chest, goes for the cover, and he could not put away our heavyweight champion.
You know, talk about heavyweights. This guy TEREX is a super duper amazing triple heavyweight. That guy weighs in at almost 400 pounds, if not more. I think that 385 is a little bit of a tentative figure.
And now look at this. In the corner, Mondo Vega now just realizing what's going on in the corner. BLACKSTAR using the illegal choke in the corner. And now look at this. KOBRICK trying to go after BINO. BINO was trying to fight back. But look at this, just stomping away in the corner.
Well, you know, Dan the Man KOBRICK is trying to wear down BINO Gambino, isolate him in the corner of TEREX and JT BLACKSTAR. And there you go with a scoop slam, running the ropes now, dropping a nice big elbow right on the chest of BINO Gambino.
But now Dan the Man, he wanted another shot at BINO. This is not quite the matchup he wanted. He wanted a rematch for his heavyweight championship. And Jesse Hernandez said, hey, I'm gonna meet you halfway. I'll give you a tag match. That's why we have this matchup here tonight. And GATSON now is tagged in, going after the former heavyweight champion, hammering away across the face. But KOBRICK with a knee into the midsection slows down that momentum. And now he's trying to cut off GATSON away from his team. Tags out to BLACKSTAR. BLACKSTAR now, look at this, got caught here. Nice power slam by Brandon GATSON, and he gets a 2 count. GATSON trying to get some revenge on the man that beat him earlier on.
You know, Brandon GATSON and JT BLACKSTAR have a rivalry of their own, going back even before the match tonight. And TEREX with a huge tackle on Brandon GATSON. You know, Brandon GATSON himself, a very talented individual and a very talented wrestler, not only here in the EWF, but also in Arizona where he wrestles in part-time as well, holding championships in both promotions, but now just getting torn apart by TEREX as he goes with a huge clothesline in the corner. Now he's choking away at Brandon GATSON.
Well, one thing that TEREX is known for here in the EWF is his ability to throw his weight around, and I mean that literally, not figuratively.
Well, JT BLACKSTAR in the corner breaking the rules again as Dan the Man KOBRICK and TEREX, his definition of pain, act as that cohesive unit again, dragging Mondo Vega away and occupying him while JT BLACKSTAR chokes away, trying to wear down Brandon GATSON in the corner.
Well, definitely BLACKSTAR, he has that rule book, so he knows exactly what rules to break.
He is the king of rock and rolls. I found that out the hard way a couple times, you know, but again, he carries that rule book around. I've never actually seen the inside of it. It might be a coloring book, could be a pop-up book, but he claims it's a rule book.
I'm pretty sure that if you take off that cover of it, it's going to be a Dr. Seuss book.
Oh, that it might be. You know, Horton hears a who, and he's been hearing a lot of voices if he thinks he's a conspiracy victim here in the EWF.
Now look at this. Again, the double team in the corner, singling out GATSON from his tag team partners. It's a triple team here. They're all taking turns just stomping away on GATSON. And all Mondo Vega can do is try to hold back BINO Gambino and Scorpio Sky, who are trying to come in to save their partner.
You know, BINO Gambino and Scorpio Sky are doing nothing but hurting Brandon GATSON right now, hurting their own chances of coming over the victory by getting in there and letting their emotion get the best of them. You know, yeah, they want to protect their team, but you don't want to cost the victory by getting disqualified here.
Look at this, a big suplex by the former champion. Rolls him over for the cover, he hooks a leg, and he's gonna get a 2 count.
You can't get any closer than that right there. Dan the Man KOBRICK almost had the victory and had Brandon GATSON down for the pin. You know, a victory here, a pinfall by Dan the Man KOBRICK would almost make Jesse Hernandez take notice and say, you know what, you deserve your rematch and I'm gonna go and give it to you.
And now look at this, KOBRICK again staying in control of GATSON. Brings him back into his, trying to bring him back in his corner. He is still trying to cut him off. You notice that GATSON has not had the chance to reach out for the tag. He's nowhere near his tag team partners. He's in a neutral corner right now, but he is still very, very far away from his tag team partners, and that is because of the ring marksmanship of Dan the Man KOBRICK knowing exactly where he's at and adjusting to his surroundings.
Well, you know, Dan the Man KOBRICK, a former tag team champion himself, he knows exactly how to handle himself in this kind of situation, in this kind of matches. He knows that you have to cut the ring in half. Very, very smart tactician he is in the ring. The leader of Team KOBRICK, and now aligning himself with JT BLACKSTAR as we see TEREX pounding away at Brandon Gatson in the corner with Mondo Vega telling him, you have to work him out of there.
Look at this, he's trying to bite him. He's biting him in the corner. Come on, Mondo. Well, all of you been in the ring as a referee. How do you get a 400-pound man to stop biting his opponent?
You throw a piece of chicken the opposite way. That's the only way that you can really get him away from there. I don't know if TEREX missed a meal. It doesn't look like he has.
Look at this super kick. Caught him flush across the face.
He almost took his head off, Larry. Oh my goodness. Both men down now. Brandon Gatson needs to take this opportunity to make a tag into either BINO GAMBINO or Scorpio Sky.
He is crawling. He is scratching his way to reach for the tag. TEREX is not crazy. He can't eat. I don't think he realizes where he's at. He's trying to get out of the ring.
Mondo Vega already at a 5 count. If they get to 10, this match ends in a draw. That is not what the Gambino fans want. Heck, it's not what I want. I want to see someone walk away with a victory here tonight.
Look at this. Gatson rolls back, tags out to BINO and Sky. And now look at this. KOBRICK and BLACKSTAR in the ring. A pair of drop kicks in the center. Gatson had him roll off on the floor. And look at this. They're bringing him in the hard way.
We know both men tagged in simultaneously, so who's the legal man? Maybe both of them are legal, I don't know. But here you see both of them trying to get JT and Dan the Man KOBRICK out. They both have on the floor. What are they setting up for here, Larry?
Wait a minute, they're both measuring. BINO up and over, tope cut Hilo. But look at this, Scorpio Sky, he got caught by TEREX in the ring. He breaks the hold. Scorpio Sky, flag cross body. He just got caught by the 400-pound TEREX. Oh my God, a power slam.
Now BINO GAMBINO needs to get in there and help his partner out. He was just saying, I'm sorry to offend, and he accidentally kicked in the head. Now he's pounding away at JT BLACKSTAR and Dan the Man KOBRICK. Well, you see Scorpio Sky powdering out, and now Brandon Gatson is working on the 400-pound TEREX in the middle of the ring.
Look at this, he's trying to send him into the ropes, but TEREX, all that power, all that weight, won't be sending those ropes, and he just threw him down with a spine buster. BINO with a leaping missile drop kick. That springboard missile drop kick takes down TEREX.
You know, TEREX had himself a hard-fought match here tonight against ESPIRITU INFERNAL, pulling away a victory with a big splash, but maybe he's feeling the effects of that match right now because he looks worn out. BINO GAMBINO taking him out with a missile dropkick, and now hitting the BINO salt.
But wait a minute, KOBRICK's in the ring, and a kick to the side of the head on a BINO GAMBINO. Has him hooked, the Tiger Driver drops him into the backbreaker variation. But wait a minute, Gatson coming in, oh, beautiful ace crusher. Slingshots himself in and drops him with the ace crusher. And now wait a minute, BLACKSTAR's back in the ring.
JT BLACKSTAR, the only man on his feet in the ring. Scorpio Sky on the outside. He doesn't know where he's at. He could be in Guadalajara, Mexico for all he knows right now.
I think Mondo Vega's lost all control. I don't know who the legal man is. Went for the clothesline. Crucifix here by BLACKSTAR. Wait a minute, he took him down, took him over, but too much momentum there. Can't roll over for the cover. BINO now. Look at this, throws BLACKSTAR up and over. And he's going after the man he beat 2 weeks ago. Nails him with the BINO mine number 2. Wait a minute, TEREX with the splash. That's the same splash he used to beat ESPIRITU INFERNAL. And he used it to beat BINO GAMBINO yet again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, Dan the Man KOBRICK, JT BLACKSTAR, and TEREX.
Look at this, TEREX picks up the victory for his team. He's beaten BINO GAMBINO before. We've seen it in the past. He was a thorn at BINO's side, and he is doing it again here in this impromptu 6-man main event.
Well, you know, TEREX, that 400-pound frame, dropping all of it on the already wounded BINO GAMBINO, coming off the bloodiest match in EWF history after only 2 weeks, telling Jesse Hernandez, insisting that he's ready and will take on Dan the Man KOBRICK anytime, any place, just got pinned by a member of Team KOBRICK.
Well, here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of what just happened here at Holiday Fear 2007. I mean, right off the top of our head, we have to talk about what just happened. The mayhem that happened with that 6-man tag with KOBRICK and TEREX and BLACKSTAR against BINO, Sky, and GATSON. I mean, it was just amazing. It was insane, the carnage that was happening in the ring.
You know, BINO GAMBINO wasn't even supposed to be wrestling today. He wasn't even cleared by Jesse Hernandez. But you know what? He has a way of getting Jesse Hernandez to flip over and say, you know what? Go ahead. The fans want it. And then KOBRICK, TEREX making that unusual alliance with JT BLACKSTAR. Who knows where that's going to head? But you know what? BINO GAMBINO took the pinfall and actually apologized to Scorpio Sky and Brandon Gatson after the match. Still a tremendous match. A lot of action in that. The fans went away happy with that.
And after the match, BINO GAMBINO, he apologized to his opponents after suffering the loss from that splash from TEREX. I mean, TEREX, you got to believe he could say that he's the #1 contender for the heavyweight championship. He pinned our heavyweight champion in the middle of the ring.
Most definitely. Not only did he do that, but he did that after winning a match against rookie ESPIRITU INFERNAL.
I mean, there's so much that can happen out of a six-man, but as I was mentioning, BINO apologizing to Scorpio Sky and Brandon Gatson. We now know, as a result of the Inland Title Series, that Brandon Gatson is going to go one-on-one with Scorpio Sky in the tie-breaking final round of the Inland Title Series. One of those two individuals will face BINO GAMBINO for the heavyweight championship.
Oh, that match has me excited right now. I tell you what, Scorpio Sky, Brandon Nitro Gatson, one-on-one here in the EWF. I guarantee you that's going to sell this house out and be one for the books. Maybe a match of the year candidate right there, Larry.
Well, right now I know that that's going to be one of the first matches that is signed for our event back here at the Knights of Columbus Hall on December the 22nd. And you got to wonder if our new Cruiserweight champion, Marcus Wright, is going to be on the card. I mean, he took on Maximo. First time ever these two men went against each other, and Marcus Wright again dethroning our new champion.
You know, Marcus Wright, very impressive here in the EWF. Two-time now EWF Cruiserweight champion, taking on the Baja California light heavyweight champion, as well as our cruiserweight champion, Maximo, and pinning him in impressive fashion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to have to wrap things up here at Holiday Fear. Don't forget to log on to EmpireWrestlingFederation.com, where you'll find out more information on future EWF events, like our next one at the Knights of Columbus Hall on December the 21st, and more information on EWF DVDs as well. Pick up the most recent titles as EWF is rounding out 2007. It's only a matter of time before we decide who are going to be the winners of our 2008 Winner of the Year, of Match of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and so on. And you can look at the history of 2007 by picking up those DVDs. For Lalo Gonzalez, I am Larry Pena. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you on December the 21st.